How you guys feeling?
Good.
Good. I'm about to get in my bag, I feel.
Jam.
One.
Oh, jam.
Action.
Oh, jam for me, Teddy. Si je pouvais, hein? Avoue si je pouvais. Non, for real? A bit? No? Attends. We got two people who actually record people. We got Jean. And we have a lot of rappers and singers in the place. You have, wait. I'm gonna start with the singer that doesn't identify as a singer. So you got Pet right there who's a singer.
Yeah.
But he actually could sing, all right? Then you have Bradley, Mr. B, rapper. Then you have Imad, rapper, used to do battle raps up on Saint Laurent. Nice. People would stop him in the street and be like, hey, yo, bro, you that dude. Because he's that dude.
He's that dude.
King of the dot.
Then you got Luc, beat producer, and also he records people. You got Jean Adler himself, who's putting the microphone down, but he's also a rapper. He recorded us when we were kids because I have a past of a rapper. But yeah. Then you also have Tommy that sings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not
I
at all.
love to see it.
Yeah.
That's why you like R&B so much, hey?
And let's not forget Ford in the back who writes poetry. We haven't forgotten about you, Ford.
Spoken word.
He ran away.
He's up.
But yeah, so to get back on the subject, so we were about to talk about the festival, right? So you guys are here for Kairos Festival, like I said, organized by Forward's Movement. That'll be taking place from the 2nd of July all the way to the 4th. On the 2nd is the workshops that are sold out because them people are way too good at what they do. They're super popular. And I'm going to say it again. They're way too good at what they do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like it. He didn't say shit. He's like, hey.
I mean, I pride myself. I'm very good at what I do.
You guys are, and I'm not even joking when I say it. I'm not even joking, actually. You know? Yeah. And on...
I said I'm an amateur, actually.
She's lying straight.
And you know it's true because it's in my Instagram bio.
Yo.
Hey, yo, I might ask you to leave the place.
I'm down.
Sit down, Kosi.
Okay.
All right? And the festival will be taking place from the 2nd to the 4th. Like I said, tomorrow, yes, on the 2nd. Workshops, Saturday the 3rd, the battles, 2v2, know I'm saying? Kang. We at your throat, know I'm saying? What's up? And what's happening on the 4th? That's a good question.
This is a session.
It's a session. Yeah. Thank you, Kosi.
You're very welcome.
A session 67 in Saint-Michel. You know, I'm saying 67 Saint-Michel, but we zone 36, Bergs. It is what it is. All right, so for the festival, the structure is like this. It's going to be a 2v2. So 2 people going at it against 2 other people. I'm saying, boom, in their face. Wah. And Kosi and Megaman are the judges. So now I have a question for you judges. As a judge.
Oh, no.
What are you looking for?
Oh, no.
AJ, I'll let you go first here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I got you.
No.
I was ready.
So as a judge, there's 3 main components. We call these dance battles, but they're actually not really dance battles. They're showmanship dance battles. Oh. That's the thing we forget. We're putting on a show for the audience. A dance battle is, yo, you're that guy, let's go. We go on the street, we battle. There's no rounds. I mean, there's no rules. You just go till someone gives up or someone's been smoked, etc. Yeah. So these are showmanship, performance, talent show dance battles. You know, so I always ask for 3 things. 1, are you dancing? That is important. Whatever style it is, popping, animation, bopping, boogaloo, waving, etc., etc. Are you dancing in that style well? I have seen many people, and I know what well is in multiple popping styles. So are you doing that well? 2, are you battling? Now, I'm not saying, people always think that, oh, you got to battle. There's a way of being aggressive from a distance, and there's a way of being aggressive in your face. You don't have to just always be like, you know, like whatever floats your boat. I like all types of battles, you know, but too much of one is always bad. Too much sugar is too sweet. Too much salt is too, you know, you always want to have a balance. And do you have showmanship? So can you entertain while you are dancing and while you are battling? How is your entertaining? Can you get the crowd being like, yo, like everyone cheering for you? Can you get everyone wilding out with you? At the same time, it's a 2-on-2. So it's not a one person go, then next one person. It's like which team is doing it better. So those three components, if you like, I'll judge, all right, who has more showman. If someone has showmanship and battling and one person has dance, someone has 2 over the 1. You know, so who usually the person who has all 3 wins, in my opinion. If you have the full showmanship dance battle, you will win. If 2 teams have the same thing, it goes to another round. You know, so you gotta have the triple pack. Or if someone says, hey, I'm just gonna go have showmanship and then I'm just gonna battle, I put it in order of showmanship, dance, battle. It's a talent, you know. So showmanship first, dance second, battle third, or dance, showmanship, battle. You know, the battle should be last. You know, but not like 70% showmanship. Everything's got to be balanced respectively. But you know, if you don't like battling, have showmanship and dance.
But if someone, then I have a question for you. Then if someone has showmanship and battle, but they have no dance.
Then one person has dance, and then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, he's a great dancer, but he's not entertaining the crowd, and he's not battling. This person has showmanship, he's entertaining the crowd, he's battling. He doesn't have as much dance as the other person. Yeah, he still has dance, because you can't battle without dance. That's what I was going to ask you. You can't have show. You know, you're still dancing, but one is doing it better. Okay, you mean the quality of the dance? Exactly. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So that's the full package. Like, if you have 0 dance, you don't have any of the other 3. You can't do battle without any dance, or else you're off beat. Like,
I mean, I could count a lot of people in this room who have a lot of showmanship and a lot of battle tactics, but no dance, maybe.
In this room?
In this room.
Oh, snap. Well, if that's the case, then
oh shit, because they're not dancers. That's it. They're not dancers.
But I'm talking about in the dance world.
Okay, got you. Got you. Hey, I love y'all.
Yeah, because if you have such great battling, like battle tactics, such great showmanship, your dance is not as good, but you got those 2 fire. And then someone has a great dance, but all he's doing is just dancing for himself. He's not even looking at the judge. It's almost like he's in front of a mirror. Yeah. He can't win. Okay. He just has, you're literally just great dancing, but
you're not here for the event.
Exactly.
It's as if you were dancing in your room. I get you.
Yeah, so you gotta have the full package.
Yeah. You know?
If you dance, you gotta dance to entertain a crowd, because there's a crowd there, and you gotta battle your opponent to win the prize. That's how it is. And then the judge will choose who wins. So those are the 3 components for me that.
Boom. Got you. Take notes. Coast to coast.
Actually, I do agree with AJ. All of those components make sense to me. And if I can elaborate, there are a few things that even more so tip the scale for me. One is that during the last year and a half or whatever, I've kind of redefined what my criteria of dancing is, and what hits home for me. And it's reactionary movement to the rhythm of the music. And that's not to say that I'm discounting sets or things that you've premeditated, but it's more so that I want to see how you are pivoting.
That's freestyle.
Adapting. Specifically to the next thing, which is important to me, which is the music.
But that would mean that you're able to tell when someone's doing a set.
Absolutely. Because, and I don't know who's going to watch this, because my intention of saying this is not for you to watch this and then try to apply it 2 days from now. That's not it. That's going to go against the integrity of you as a dancer. I don't suggest that. But what I'm saying is, when somebody is dancing, your eyes are the window to your soul. I can see everything just through where you put your eyes. And when you are not in tune with yourself, when you're not a showman, when you're not committed to what you're doing, so much so that you can then present it to an audience because you've got it down pat, I can see that. And then the other thing is the music. We are the physical manifestation of this thing. Yep. And when I see people disregard that, it's actually a massive turnoff.
Yes, that's so true.
Massive turnoff.
Just to add on what she says, if you disregard the music, you're actually not dancing.
Absolutely.
You're just battling and showmanship because you have to dance to music.
Big time.
You know, and it's so important. And to the set thing she was saying, this is a 2-on-2, so yeah, you're going to have sets. So we don't want people to be like, oh no, we can't have, no, do the sets, you know?
I'm not disregarding it. Of course, it's a 2v2. You've prepared something. But it's that split second decision making. It's that this is the song. That set we made.
It's now. Yeah.
And knowing where to best put that. I have this thing where I'm like, the best battlers have the best reaction time.
Yep. They know how to adapt like this.
You play a tune. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Boom.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And that plays into the game of it.
Yep. And it's so important because reacting is a lot of performers who know how to perform. They can adapt. They see their crowd. All right, bet this is how I got to do it. The music is like this. Oh, this is how the crowd's bobbing their head right now to this song. Bet. That's showmanship too. Inside battling, you gotta have the full package. If you don't, it's just
So now when you guys are entering the battle, you know, if we flip the coin, when you guys are contestants, do you abide by those same rules that you judge other people when you're judging?
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And I hold myself to a high standard musically.
Okay.
Really high standard.
Okay.
So much so that I train my ear more than I train my movement.
Jeez.
Because it's that reaction for me. There's nothing that I could do in the week leading up to a battle that's going to change the outcome. There's nothing I can learn. There's no workshop I can take if it doesn't already sit in the body.
Yep. It's not ingrained in the foundation. And that goes for me because there's a saying, it says dance to express, not to impress. I've always flipped that. I've always said dance to impress, not to because if you impress, you will express as well. Because when I'm out there dancing, I'm looking at, okay, can I impress people, make them enjoy? I want someone to go home and be like, my highlight of the day was watching that person dance. That's impressing someone, which is expressing myself. You can't impress without express. But we always say dance to express, not impress. But it's like, no, like if you're expressing yourself, you have to impress. You gotta, you know, that's showmanship for me.
Interesting.
And that,
sorry, really quickly, just to
gotcha.
finish off the thought. The trying to impress is knowing about the relatability in the room. We're all human, right? I have this idea that when you listen to music, do not go for the most common thing there.
that everybody hears.
Do not latch on to that thing that we all know, whether that's the rhythmic pattern, the drum, the kick, the snare, the percussive elements, because that is your home. You know that like the back of your hand. Go for the things that you're not used to, because when you then come back to it, it's like returning home and the audience goes,
it's that period. They go and say, wow.
And that is the relatability. They can see themselves in you. They can see that two-step, the funk, the boogie, the vibe.
Taking it back to square one.
It's impressing and expressing at the same time, which is showmanship, which is in dance. They're all interrelated. That's why I always say, yeah, like if it comes down to it, someone can perform really well. They can battle really well, but their dance is good. But at the end of the day, they all still, you can't, if you take out one, you literally are not doing anything.
Everything is happening at the same time.
Exactly. You got to have it.
To bounce off one of the things that you said brings me back to a time where I used to travel a lot with Ford. Like when we used to travel a lot and do battles left and right. And one thing that he used to always tell me was like, at the end of the day, I want someone to leave this room and remember me. Like remember one of the rounds that I did. Like we had a moment where we were in Amsterdam. He was in a cypher and the little girl was looking at him like with those, like those eyes.
Doughy eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they're just like there with you in the moment, you know what I'm saying? And after that, she went to him and told him like a wonderful message. And that's what stayed with him a lot more than being in the competition and things like that, you know? So
that was impressing and expressing.
You know what I'm saying?
It was the whole package.
Jeez. That's hype. That's hype. So real quick, you guys don't need to elaborate on that, but just say one thing that's your pet peeve as a judge.
Oh my gosh. I got many, but this one?
One thing.
Okay.
And don't explain. Just say one thing and leave it there.
I'm going to tell you. People, because I am a bopper and animator, they think if you do animation, you're going to get my vote. Totally false.
Boom.
You have to be good.
That's it. Kos.
Using pointing at your ear as a tactic to throw somebody else off when you yourself do not have the grasp on the music.
All right. All of that. And we know what that means as dancers. All right. Come on. All right, cool. So now how do you guys prepare for battles? Like, is there a ritual, especially for 2v2 battles? Like, from the jump, from the selection of the partner all the way to the due date?
Interesting.
Okay. Well, because of COVID of recent, these online, if I do an online battle, I'll go to the gym. Right now, it's at the point where I'm so comfortable with my dance that training flexibility and strength training will automatically enhance my dance. So I literally just train and then visualize, okay, me dancing in that position. Like if I'm doing push-ups, I'm not gonna pop and do push-ups. No, I'm just gonna think about it because the brain doesn't know whether you're doing it or if it's a thought. The brain can't tell. It's scientifically proven. So I just think about what I want to do, but I'm training physically.
What?
And then, so when some people say, oh, how do you train? I'm like, it's here.
What?
Because obviously in the beginning, you want to get cleaner.
Yeah, you want to drill, all of that, yeah.
But once I've gotten to the point where, unless I'm training a new style, then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to train this style, learn it, and take this piece into my dance. But if it's just a typical pop battle for a week straight, training, gym, workout, flexibility, strength training, with a coach as well. And then after that, if I go to a jam, I always look for the cipher that has usually one group doing like a similar style. I flip the script. I'm going in and doing something totally opposite. Let me show you
you like to sucker punch people.
Yeah. just change up. That's what I do, always. That's my training routine.
But when it comes to 2v2, how do you even select your partner?
Oh, it's a vibe. A partner is who's that person that you can vibe. They don't even have to have the same style as you, but who can you vibe with well? Where you pass something and they just know how to react and catch it. That's always a part. Because a lot of people, I'm like, you're dope dancers, but we don't have that compatibility.
Chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, it's or you have to force it by okay, let's train this routine. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's just, just jump in, let's go. That's
a bit like the exchange that you guys had today.
Yeah. Oh my
type.
Gosh. Yo, Kosi.
Some exclusive shit.
Yes.
That will come out afterwards. But yeah.
But
you Kos, how do you prepare for an event, for a 2v2 more specifically?
Well, it's been difficult to prepare for a 2v2.
Yeah.
But in the selection of the partner, definitely it's the person that I think is an excellent listener. They have to understand my way of communicating. I don't speak much when I battle. So there has to be cues that you understand. And so there has to be a pre-existing understanding. I can't just pull up and dance with anybody. Not because I'm elitist and I think that I'm the greatest, whatever, but it's more so just I'm doing myself a disservice and you a disservice by trying to manufacture something. You know what I mean? But specifically for me, my training has been haptic. It's vibrational. It's listening to music and literally feeling how it makes me want to react. And somebody put the words to it for me recently. I could never find the words, but it's creating the hunger for the dance. Denying yourself the satisfaction of moving your body because you know you can, and creating a hunger. So much so that when you do it, you remind yourself why you do it constantly. So
that's mad funny. It's like when I was in high school, I had my physics teacher used to tell us, study, but the day before the exam, do not study. Let it marinate.
Let it marinate.
Let it marinate. You know what I'm saying? So that on the day of the exam, it's like, yo, I haven't done this equation in so long. Let me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for those who enjoyed math and like doing like mathematical equations and things like that, you know? Hey, I'll reach you on that.
You're trying to create an emotional response, because that's what dancing is for us, right? Like, some of us do it for many different reasons, but it is very emotional. We attach so much of ourselves to it. And I think the ideas of it change when we forget about that emotional response, where we start to let the ills of the world attach itself to us. Oh, how am I going to pay my rent? So on and so forth. And it taints it. You know what I mean? So, once we remind ourselves of that, we're good to go.
Yeah, I also join you on another point. The vibe. Like, the person that I've done the most 2v2 with is Ford. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Ford.
But I was like, somebody else tried to take the no, but it's Ford. Yeah. And the way it started, it was never on a vibe of like, yo, let's try to do this 2v2. You know what I'm saying? It was always on we were just training. We were just training, training. And always, I was in a lot of his projects. So we were always seeing each other a lot. And from there, the vibe was already present. And that led to doing the battles. And then when we did the battles, there was that common understanding that, like you just said, you know what I'm saying, when it came to preparing the combos, like when you're teamed up with when you're teamed up with someone that's as crazy as you will try to you will understand each other on that level
and meet yourself there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so I really like that you said that. I really do, because it's not about, I feel like sometimes people might try to choose their partner based on the level of skill. Like, yo, you a dope dancer. If I enter with you, then I have a high probability of winning. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a dope dancer.
Both of y'all laughed.
But you know what? We have to say that you can, if you want to manufacture like that, go for it. That's just not for me and not for Kosi.
No.
Yeah, true. Because at the end of the day, there's no bad formula. You just decide the one that fits you the best. You know what I'm saying?
Statistically, it is very possible that on that day, you two might come at 95%, and it's going to be TKO for everybody. It is very, very, the probability is high, but there's also a very small chance that one of you is going to show up at 50%, and the other one's not going to know what to do.
And the vibe, and there's no vibe on top of it, then everything is just amplified. You know, it's like, but to
add on to that though, like specifically for me, because I'm from the West Coast, and I travel a lot, and people say West Coast, but like I value a partner who's also traveled too, because you gotta experience other cities. Because there's a lot of dancers where I'm like, in van, we'll smash. We go to Montreal, we'll be trash. Because it's that pressure. Like, can you go on your own, first of all, in another city and hold down? Because,
very true.
You know, there's so many people. I'm like, everyone, especially West Coast, oh, man, you beat Megaman. Whoa, yeah. It's like, okay, great. Like, cool. But, like,
and so what?
Let's go to Dallas. Let's go to New York. Let's go. Beat me there. You know? Consistency is important, you know? So it's like, that's so important. If you're an experienced dancer who travels a lot and this and that, I highly recommend get a partner who's also on that same tip, who understands different cities, how to battle in different scenarios, who knows the game, because it is a game, you know? So, because some people, they're great dancers, but this is where I come into showmanship. They don't know how to perform outside of their own city. And if they can't perform outside of their own city, they're now pulling the team down.
Yeah.
It's very important.
And now that you spoke about team and about traveling, it drives me to my next question. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all were part of Team Canada. Oh, and on top of it, it's okay. Hey, synchronicity. Both of y'all were part of Team Canada for the KOD event, right? Which happened in China. I'm telling y'all, we have some creme de la creme dancers, man. She went to China representing Canada. Yes?
You did.
I went when we were in LA.
Ah.
He went to China.
I went to the China.
Hey, she went to the West Coast. Son.
Hey.
Still, so I want to know, how was that experience? Because now we're talking about a team of 4. We're talking about different egos. We're talking about different people. We're talking about different levels. You know what I'm saying? And now doing... What's up? No, continue. Yeah. My fault. Professional. I'm going to keep going.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back like Mike Vick. But hey,
Mike Vick. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
so yes, what was that experience? Because you guys are now part of a bigger team. Egos are involved. A lot of people are involved. Different levels are involved. You're not in your city. And choreos are also involved. Like there are points for making choreos. So you guys have to find a way to work together. You guys can't just one person goes in freestyle at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There needs to be some togetherness.
Yeah.
You saw that? I said togetherness.
Sure. Our experience getting to LA was already tumultuous vocabulary. No, it was rocky. It was a rocky start. The prelim had politics involved, so much so that one of the teams I was on, I don't even think I was meant to be going, but I digress. So that already fractured something in the team. You know what I mean? There's this feeling of like, oh, am I even the best person for the job? Right? But then you show up there and you have to put all of that aside and you have to get ready to go. But there were feelings all through of each category and each style and the people that represented it being like a faction. Yes, we all represented Canada, but we were not all in sync. So now it's not about the team of 4, the team of 4, the team of 3. It's about the entire team. Are we on the same wavelength? And that didn't happen. Where it was like some teams were pulling their weight and the others
we're not.
Because they made poor decisions and went and did something and it affected the entire team. So it wasn't even like any individual ego. It was just like one group of people being from one city decided that it was the best time for them to do something, and that in fact affected all of us. I'm not going to say exactly what it is.
It's all good.
Yeah, but it's just like I learned from that experience that you cannot impose the will of the individual over the will of the greater good, especially when you're representing your country. There are people who will watch that, and we're so proud to have us there. And we're putting their hopes in us. You know what I mean? I played soccer for a really long time. I understand nationalism and national pride when it comes to sport. And I thought about that event like that. I was so proud to be there, especially at such a young age.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? I was maybe the youngest on the team, and I was in 2 teams.
Yep.
That was a lot of pressure. And if I may,
yes, you may.
I got there and I had an asthma attack.
Oh shit!
And so I'm just gonna share this story. You elect captains. They go up and they pick the order.
Yeah.
I had an asthma attack. I made that known. So you would think, right, that you wouldn't put the 2 categories that I'm doing back to back. You would think. That didn't happen. So I had to do a 25-minute
of dancing
battle. Remember all those routines. Remember all the cues to get into the routines.
While it's hard for you to breathe.
And then go right again.
Oh, shit.
And in that moment, I felt like somebody let me down.
Oh, shit.
Get me?
Yeah.
So that was my experience. It sucked. And also organizationally, they just put us in some random place, like far away from the events, far away from each other, actually. Every country was in a different... There was literally no vibe. You know what I mean? So it was fractured.
Wow.
The whole thing.
Wow. That's tough.
And I don't think I've ever actually said that story.
Yeah. I've never heard that. I've never been privy to that. And I think we're friends. You know? And you never told me that. But hey, wow. See, it just gets to showing that while we may be watching people on those screens and things like that and see all the glamour and all of that, you never know what's happening behind the scenes. You never know. Like even here, you don't know what's happening. But if I'd be honest with you, it's super great still. And to put KOD in context, it's a battle where, if I'm not mistaken, each of the categories or each of the teams from your country, they all have to win for you to pass to the next round. Something like that, right?
It's a preliminary in every country.
So but once you're down there.
Yeah, so if you win your U.S. qualifier, you represent Team USA,
you
represent Team Canada, and then you go down.
Yeah, but like your popping team needs to win, your hip-hop team needs to win, and your locking team needs to win.
I mean, I don't know how it was for you.
Our year was majority.
Yeah, so ours is, it goes, you got to win 3 of the 4 categories.
Okay.
If you win 2 and lose 2, then it goes to draw just one dancer. They draw a category out of the hat. That's the category you got to do. One dancer.
Jeez.
And that dancer wins it.
Okay.
Or can take you to the next round.
Pressure. You talk about pressure? Pressure.
DKM.
Damn. So now your experience.
So I heard a little bit about the 2016 experience. I actually went for the qualifiers. We didn't make it, my team in the West Coast. But I went in, I did 2 categories, 2 hip-hop and popping. It was, from what I heard, it was much better organized. They learned from 2016 to 2018. They put us great hotel. They took it like it was in China, and in China it's a sport there. Like they got you in your own team bus. The people taking you walk on the bus. People are taking photos of you. Like
it's like the Olympics.
It is literally like it's legit. My one thing that I would say, if this is to happen again, because I've played on Team Canada for soccer on the under 17 and under 20 level. So I always would, if I make Team Canada, I would talk to the whole team and be like, we need to hire a manager, a coach, because it's so important with all those egos. You need someone to manage, like to just make sure, hey, are you guys all practicing? Are you guys all doing this? Like make sure you're someone who is versatile, maybe 2 or 3 people, one who's good with choreography, one who's good with battling, just to manage, to make sure people are still doing it. Because when you have the egos, everyone's like, oh, I want to do it this way, and I want to do it this way, and I want to do it this way. But like a coach's job is to make sure that all teams are doing it properly. All teams are working and putting in effort. Okay, you guys have practice time. Make sure, send me your sets, blah, 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 blah. Give some advice, feedback, take it or leave it. Because it's just the egos and it's like any sports, like dance is an art, but it's forming into a sport. And as we can now see, dance is going into the Olympics. And now it's a dance. It's a sport and an art. So with all sports, you have a coach. So if that's where dance is moving to, you need to have a coach.
It'd be necessary to have.
It is very necessary. It's like when there's 2-on-2 battles in Vancouver and my kids are entering, I'm literally coaching them. I'm like, okay, don't forget this set. Like, you guys have this. I'm giving them like, you got this, You need that, to go, especially if you're doing the World Cup. It's no joke. You're representing Canada. You're representing whatever country. So, that was my one feedback for the future. Just say, let's hire somebody, put our money and make a coach. But in terms of how my experience was there, it was in the hip hop and popping specifically. Man, I don't know how. It was weird.
Oh,
it was weird
judging
wise because
okay.
Let's go in the hip hop. In the hip hop, we lost 5-2 against China in the first round. Goes scored top 8. But I wasn't the strongest hip hop dancer there, but I made sure to hold my own. You know, and I won my round. But I was the only one who won their rounds, you know, and my other dancers who were stronger that we were all like, oh, he definitely won the round, didn't win. And we were like, what's going on? You couldn't
understand the judging.
Yeah, you know, how's the judging, you know? To each their own. And same as in the popping, like, we were like, yo, you know, we thought we won more rounds than normal. And it was just, you know, China went to the finals in China. So who knows whether it's politics, bias, we don't know. It's done. But also there was some people on my team, the nerves got to them, you know, and like, this is what I talk about. Make sure someone is versatile in that traveling, you know, because, you know, if you're going to go to China and dance against the best in the world, y'all should be doing mini battles outside your city quickly. Go get some experience or be leveled, you know, because some of the dancers that I went with, they're so talented, but on the big stage, like, can that person dance on a stage, or are they better dancing in ciphers? You gotta find. It's so particular because there's stage dancers who are fire, but then there's also, like, for me, I dance better on a stage. I'm gonna be real. I can dance in a cipher, but on a stage, I dance better. You know, and then there's some people who dance way better in a cipher. So
you gotta find which environment suits you better.
Exactly.
Then you spoke real quick about when you coach your kids. It brings me to this question, because I know some of your kids did World of Dance. Told you we got some creme de la creme level dancers. Shout out to Kairos for bringing them. You know what I'm saying? Back to you. So could you spot real quick like that some differences between when you choreograph for a TV show of that magnitude and when you choreograph for a dance competition? That could be for of a big magnitude such as KOD. Okay,
so KOD, you're choreographing. It's a battle routine. So like when we went to World of Dance, the first season I did with mini bots and funkonometry, all I wanted was to get them exposure. And great. And I told the kids they make you prepare 3 routines on the chance you make it. So there's qualifier, duels, and cut.
That's for World of Dance.
World of Dance. Okay. So I had because I'm a battler, so I had a battle routine ready. So I knew, I was so confident, my students knew, I instilled that confidence in, if we make it to the duels, we're going to the cut. No matter what. We're winning. Yeah. Because we are the only battlers in this whole World of Dance.
In this whole show.
This is our environment. Now, the difference is World of Dance and KOD. World of Dance, you have a box, and you have to work inside this box. KOD, you can do choose website. You can create any type of routine. No one can tell you what to do, whether it's good or bad. In World of Dance, there's people like producers watching, and they will say, "Can you change this?" Or they'll give you points. You can take it or leave it, but they're basically saying the judges will like this because they know the judges. Yeah. So it's a gamble. Listen to them or don't listen to them.
Play the game.
Prime example in the semifinals, the cut round. J-Lo saw our routine and she said, it was the Troy Boy After Hours, and we had to do she was like, space illusionary. Yeah. She was like, you should change it up a little bit, have some more illusions, this and that. And this is 3 days before we're performing, so I'm now I'm up till 6 in the morning, coming up by myself. I'm trying to get the kids, okay, do this routine, do this, blah, 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 blah. They couldn't do it. So I'm thinking of every battle move I've ever done, everything Heavy Hitters has ever done, everything my Soulbot Exclusive has ever done.
You're going through the history.
What are the moves we could use on this show, And so But we took her advice. We're like, J-Lo, she's putting the money up. So we took the advice and we smashed. We killed it. We closed the show.
Jeez.
But J-Lo loved us. And Neo loved us. But one judge, he didn't. So that one judge, we got 93, and another judge pulled us down to 87, and we got knocked out.
Oh, fuck.
So it was like, no matter what you do, like, sometimes it's like a judge can just be like, no, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I want this group to come in, and that's it. You know, so you got to work inside this box. Sometimes you'll be like, can I use this song? No. Like, I gave in 110 songs, and I
You discarded a bunch of them.
From 1 to 50, and then 50 to 110, I said, whatever. And they only chose 7.
Wow.
These are the 7 these can clear. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, you know, like,
I
so
feel you.
You got to really, but the whole purpose is we wanted to show street dance. Like, this is what street dance, like, no, we don't want choreo where they water down the street dance. This is what it is. And we did. And we did it the next season as well. We got eliminated the first round, but it was because you got to work inside this box.
There's a specific structure that you have to oblige to.
Yeah, and if you don't, you
don't make the cut.
You don't make the cut. Exactly. And then KOD, you can do whatever you want.
Gotcha. Before I close this section, I would like to ask Ford if you have a question for your 2 judges, still in the realm of battles, your festival, and all of that.
I mean, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this on camera.
You don't have to, AJ.
I'm just going to be all this. KOD 2016. It was, I'm going to be real with, I told.
2018.
No, this was 2016. Oh, this is when we went to try for Canada. I told the guys, I said to them, guys, right now, if you do animation, the judges will not like what you're doing. You need to flip the script, or you got to animate other moves. So, you know, I did EB style popping with bopping, and the judges loved it. And my crew members, they chose to just stick to what they knew, and the judges hated it. And I was like, I told you so. Like, it was, I told them, that's what I mean by the game. You got to know your judges, you know? And it was because I knew the animation they were doing was so high level that, like, it would go over the judges' head. You got to give them something that they're familiar with, you know? And, yeah, that would be, you know, we didn't win, we didn't make it. But, yeah, that would be the only time where I felt like, man, this is... this is tough. And I even said, I was like, I don't think the music's going to be great. So we just got to we got to practice to bad music so that if we get a good song, it'll just be that much. But they didn't want to practice I was like, because I know the game. Like, this is the thing, unfortunately, you had to do. So that was the closest thing for me. So,
jeez.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is going to be a rudimentary answer, but I've never had to do that. I don't think I've ever had to do that.
Boom.
And I think I've been privileged because I've never felt like I had to do that. I've been so committed to the feeling. And when I watch other people and that feeling they give me and wanting to give that feeling to other people. And so that negated having to ever put on a front or change myself or anything like that. I'm a, how do you say? I don't know.
I can feel it in your...
Yeah, the word is escaping me, but I'm more about that than anything. I'm more about how you make people feel. Maya Angelou said it best, you know, no, people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Maya Angelou's fire, though.
Yeah.
She's
That was heavy.
And that's what the dance does for me. The dance, at a time where I had moved here and I did not quite understand myself. I didn't quite understand the new surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
I'd lost everything that defined me, to me at least, at 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing put me back in a place where I could touch that thing that made me me.
Mm-hmm.
So I never wanted to be away from that. And I wanted to make sure that anybody who watches me, like you said, or like you said actually, can take that from me. Can look up and be like, well, there's an example in this room, in this multitude of people that is committed to themselves, who's committed to what they do. So, yeah.
Impress, express.
Hey, that was a beautiful question and 2 beautiful answers. Very, very dope. Dancers, I hope you guys took notes because a lot of great things have been said, especially for the battle that's coming up. So, yep.